Hey man, what's going on? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you for listening here today. And if it's your first time, man, thank you for coming through and hearing what we got to say today here, man. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host.
It's Rod, back with another episode. I appreciate you guys, first time and listeners, some of the past old listeners. Like, thank you. Subscribe to the channel, the YouTube. We're everywhere. Check us out. Subscribe.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And if this is your first episode, go back and listen to another one, man. Go listen to what we got to say, man. Definitely interact with us and let us know what you think, because we're trying to improve on this shit though.
Always.
Yeah, for sure. So, man, we got an interview today, man. We got a guest in here with us, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, it's your boy Skeezy Black. You already know, coming out of DC. What's going on with the podcast?
Yeah, man. So we got Skeezy Black in here today, man. So we're gonna get into his music and just, everything that's going on with him and let you guys, kind of learn about the artist, man. That's really the whole point of this. So Rod, you want to kind of intro and go into what we going to?
Yeah, I mean, the introduction is basically like what you got going on and who you are as an artist. Like, where'd you start? How'd you get your name? Like, all that kind of stuff, like all that good stuff introduction wise. So go ahead, bro.
So I started rapping I'm gonna start before that. I started doing poetry at a young age, like back in elementary, middle school. I was always in creative writing, always was in advanced English and stuff like that. So I got into writing at a really young age. I think around like probably 6th or 7th grade, it really started transitioning over from like poetry into like actual lyrics and stuff. And I tried to start putting little songs together. When I first started rapping, I ain't gonna lie, I was some butt. Like, I could not rap at all. Like, it was terrible. But like, I just kept sticking with it. Like, I remember I was having a little smoke session with some of my friends, and they threw on the beat, and I started freestyling. They was like, "Yo, you like really good for real." And I, like, after that, like, I started taking it serious. Really started like working on my craft and things like that.
What age was that?
I say that was probably around like 14 when I really started like, taking it really serious. I think I went to my first studio session when I was in 9th grade, and I recorded my first song with a couple of my friends and stuff. It's a lost file, lost gem, But
Was it actually in the studio or was it like in some person's basement?
it was at the studio in DC. It's called Listen and Vision. Shout out Listen and Vision. I think they closed down now, the studio part of the building. But yeah, man, like back in like 2015, 2016, I was going to Listen and Vision. It was like a actual studio in DC.
Bet.
Yeah.
And talk about so what's the difference? Like, was it kind of hard to find your flow after like doing poetry and stuff like that? Was it hard to put words together in a way that's like cohesive, I guess, or like that kind of fit together?
Yeah, so like I feel like a lot of the issue with beginning rappers, they don't really know how to structure a song when they're writing. They just kind of writing stuff out like that comes to their head. And like on some type of songs that's cool, but like they're in order to say that you've professionally wrote a song, there has to be some type of song structure to it. So in the beginning, it definitely was a struggle trying to figure out like, what type of structure a song is supposed to be in, and how can I get the words that I have on the paper to like flow in a cohesive song and actually make sense and go together. But really, I started watching this video. Is if you go on YouTube and type in how to rap, it's this guy. He has like a bunch of videos and stuff, and like I just researched a bunch of stuff as far as like music theory, song structure, like how to like find flows and stuff like that. And then like Tory Lanez, he had this one video on like how to sing, and he was basically like sing along to your favorite songs and try to match their voice as much as possible, and then like eventually you gonna start finding your own lane that you want to find and stuff. So like once I got all of that information, I kind of just took that in and utilized it as far as myself. And after I did that, like my music went to a whole nother level. I started being able to like write hooks, verse, hook, verse. Like I started knowing what song structure is. I knew what a hook and a chorus is, a bridge. Like I started learning things and stuff like that. And then just when I was in Michigan for a while back in 2017, I took a digital music class, and they actually taught us like how to mix and master and make beats and stuff like that on Logic X. So like all of those experiences led to me evolving as far as my music and like my flows and lyrics and things like that go.
So where'd your name come from? Where's Skeezy Black, man?
So all right, so it's funny that you said that. So when I first started rapping, I was going by King Black, and I was going by that for the longest, and like everybody liked that name, but I feel like around like 2017, 2018, I kind of got tired of that name, and I was like, I want something different. So I came up with the name Skeezy Black because I wanted to have a gimmick. Like I wanted to basically, anytime that I was in the public eyes, or anytime that I was doing an interview or a music video or like a performance or anything in the public media, I was gonna have on a ski match, and like people would not know my face, and I was gonna make it like a whole thing, like like a couple years later on down the line, like I was gonna try to like make that like a publicity stunt, like try to sell out an arena because it's gonna be the night that I'm about to reveal my face, like try to make it like a marketing point. However, when I did some more research, there's a couple artists who's already like basically filling that lane, and I didn't want to feel like I was like being a hop on for real. So I just was like scratch the ski mask idea, but I kept the name because it's like it just caught on, like it was just catchy.
I remember the artist her. She didn't show her face for the longest.
She didn't actually. It's crazy that you said that. She didn't. Like her album cover, it was just a silhouette.
Yeah, she was wearing them shades for a long time too.
Yeah, facts. I fuck with her. Her is a really good artist, actually.
Yeah, man, she's super dope. Like, I guess we can kind of get into that. Like, so talk about like who is your favorite, like, let me go here first. So, like, other than rap, like, do you fuck with R&B? Do you fuck with rap music, gospel, anything?
Most definitely. So I grew up in the church, so you already know like gospel music, man, like Kurt Franklin, all of that, bro. Like you already know, what I'm saying? Detroit churches get down, bro. You already know how churches is up
Hell
there.
yeah.
So I grew up in the church. So gospel music definitely, what I'm saying? Some of my favorite songs like I Give Myself Away, At the Cross by Hill song, what I'm saying? Our God is awesome, like just, things like that. And then like as far as like outside of gospel music, I would say like I got a pretty like extensive music taste. Like I like some rock music. I like rap and hip hop. I love R&B. I love neo soul. Erica Badu vibes. Like those the vibes for her. Like I listen to more R&B than I listen to rap actually.
Now, does that influence your music at all, or do you feel
Yeah,
like you
most
just kind of
definitely,
be?
most definitely. Like cause when you get those vibes and stuff like that, like it influenced certain creativity in your brain. Like when I listen to people like Brent Fayez or like Travis Scott, even Coach Ice. Like I like Coach Ice. Like he's not an R&B singer, even, and Travis Scott either, but they still have like vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like they got vibes that like it changes your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Uzi once said that he's a mood rapper. He's a happy rapper. Like when you turn on his music, you don't even know what he said, but that shit sound gonna make you feel good. Like like vibes
Yeah.
and shit. So like that's really what I try to go for. Even if I'm doing a trap song, like I try to make sure that it's not like too trapped out.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this first topic. So we kind of wanted to talk about something that's going on in hip hop and rap right now. It's kind of like it's a war on this shit. Like a lot of people trying to ban this shit. A lot of people trying to blame rap for like,
For the street violence.
yeah, for the street violence and stuff like that. Of course, Eric Adams from New York, he was trying to get drilled the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of speak on that. Like, how do you feel about the war that's going on, and how they trying to target and kind of take money out of people like pockets?
I feel like everybody who feel like rap music in specific is contributing to violence. I feel like those people are not in the realm of rap music and hip hop music. I feel like they don't know how much we fought for as musicians, and like people who enjoy rap music, like they don't even know the history behind it and how much we had to
Right.
struggle to get here. So like even back in the days, they was already on that type of time with the police. Like NWA, they got the fuck the police on because of all the shit that was going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like music, hip hop music in specific, is a chance for people who's going through oppression and struggle to voice how they feel and have a voice. And a lot of people want to silence that voice because they don't like the ugly, dirty truth about how shit is in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody is seeing guns and drugs and street and murders and shit, all that, and that's what they rapping about, doesn't necessarily mean that that's contributing to street violence. They're just using their voice to give a little bit about their experiences and some of the things they had to do in their life, you know. And I feel like people misunderstand that a lot.
What do you feel about like some of those like political hits, like "Fuck the Police," or even when comes down to it, when you had Nipsey Hussle and
YG.
YG, yeah, like "Fuck Trump," "Fuck Donald Trump" song, like those type of songs that really rouse up people, and they end up becoming like legends,
Yeah,
and like the song itself, not necessarily the artist, but the songs that they kind of like live on.
I feel like songs like that is like the culture needs songs like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need some songs like that because if we don't, all we gonna be listening to is popping bottles and fucking bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, we
sometimes we
gonna be
need,
all right.
you know, like sometimes we need somebody to step up and speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody to speak up and say how everybody is feeling because again, not everybody that's in the trenches and that's oppressed right now got the voice to do so, you know? Like a lot of people don't know how to express the oppression that they're going through. So, you know, like I feel like those songs are really much needed for the culture because it tells our story. It tells how we feel, you know what I'm saying? Like it puts that shit right there in their face and it's like it's undeniable. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure, for sure.
Like even that the Georgia Bush that Lil Wayne did, that Georgia Bush, all of
Hmm.
that with the Hurricane Katrina, like that was a much needed song for that time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, he was really speaking on what's going on. And I think that's, like you said, that's the point of it, just to kind of highlight it and be like, this is actually what's happening.
Yeah, facts.
Um, and let me read this quote from Doughboy. So he said, this that shit gonna happen anyway. That's another thing motherfuckers gotta understand. Even with us making gangster music, you can't blame us because no matter what, that shit gonna go on. So it's
Facts.
like,
Facts.
regardless, it's not the music. Like this is just what's happening in some neighborhoods.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Yeah, man.
That's definitely facts. That's definitely facts. I fuck with Doughboy too. He a good artist.
Yeah, he hard. Yeah, shout out Cleveland.
Yeah, shout out to whole Cleveland.
Yeah, man. So let's get into this next topic. So, how you feel like? So we just talked about Cleveland. We talked a little bit about Detroit, New York, and all that stuff. So, how important do you feel like it is to stay connected to like the city that you're from, or just kind of like stay locally, or do you feel like it's good to go branch out and go out to Atlanta and go out to Miami, California, and shit like that?
Honestly, I feel like it depends on the artist and what the artist feels like he needs for his career. Cause like in DC, you know, like the trap scene in DC is real heavy. Like, you know, DC is known for trap music. You know, like that's the number one vibe out there. So I feel like, you know, a lot of R&B artists kind of get like shadowed, you know what I'm saying, because they not on that same type of energy. Like, so I really feel like if somebody feels like, you know, maybe they need to branch out so they can reach the target audience that they're trying to get, I feel like, you know, they should go for that. Like, you know, like as far as me, I feel like it's enough to go visit these places and do business there, but still try to keep a local base. You know, I feel like that's the best way to try to kind of go about it. But again, you know, like not everybody's city show love to them. You know what I'm saying? Some people go other places and blow up in another nigga city. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's just how it goes. Cause you know, like ain't there's no way to tell if you gonna blow up in a city or not. Like, you know, like there's no really way to know if a city gonna show you love or not until you hop out there.
And that's what I was gonna ask you though. So, like the local music scene out there, do you feel like everybody kind of working together? Is it like beef, quote unquote, or is it like kind of like a collective thing out there?
Um, it's a little bit weird out here. So like in DC, it's a lot of beef. You know, it's a lot of beef. So like you know, but you also get a lot of collabs too. You know, like it's a lot of people that collab together, like with each other on like the same size and stuff like that. So I say like it's a little bit of both. You know, like it's all on who, like the type of people you're messing with and who you are and who they know. You know, things like that. Because like it could be two artists and they really great and everybody want to hear them together, but you know, if they sides don't fuck with each other, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
What's like the local or like big artists in that area, anyways, that like collab? Only person I could think of when I think of Maryland is Wale. But I don't really think of anyone else, or Gold Link. But what are some of the different artists out there that
we got a couple
you see that?
pretty big artists for real. Like we got Cutiful, You know, Shy Glizzy, you know, they've been doing a lot in the city. You know, Q the Fool be going to Detroit and doing features with people out there too. Like he a DC, well, Maryland artist. You know, Rico Nasty is from the DMV. You know, like
Oh
she
yeah,
out here popping and stuff like that. Like we got a good amount of, you know, rappers that's out here. Like who else? We got Young
Fat
Manny,
Trill.
Fat Trell, you know, like, you know, Gleesh, you know, like it's a good amount of people that's out here that's really like big names that's really doing stuff for the industry and the culture as far as for the DMV. Now, as far as like collabs and features and things like that, like I feel
Yeah.
like
Like who's beefing?
everybody beefing, really, honestly. Like I don't really want to speak too much on it because like I don't know the details, so I don't want to, you know, I can't speak on other niggas shit. But like, man, like when I say it's a lot of beef, man, it's a lot of shootings, it's a lot of killings. Like everybody pretty much beefing out there. Like in Maryland, it's a little bit more chill, but you know, like in DC, that's where like really all the shit is going on at. You know, like don't get me wrong, Maryland got some rough spots too, but like DC, man, they be going crazy out there.
Man, speaking of DC, what you know about go-go music? Do you
Oh
was you
man,
fucking with that?
oh man, it's so crazy you brought that shit up, man. I love go-go music, but it's so crazy because when I moved out there the first time, I did not fuck with that shit. I did not know what that shit was, man. Like they played that shit. I was like, man, what the fuck is this African ass music? I don't know. I ain't trying to hear all these drums. But like, yo, like I had this one old head, man. He told me I was out DC one time. He was like, man, look, youngin, you gotta know the history behind this shit. He told me about Chuck Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Backyard Boys, Backyard Band, and all that shit. You feel me? Like, play me that old school go-go. And I like once he told me the story and the history behind it, you know what I'm saying? I could learn to appreciate it a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So like now I fuck with go-go, but I feel like, you know, it's a dying art. I feel like not enough people is like got it showing it attention. Like I feel like it's kind of dying out a little bit.
Yeah, no, cause I I had this homegirl in school. She showed me like all that shit, backyard band, junkyard band, all that shit,
Hell
and
yeah.
I kind of relate that shit to like a chopped and screwed or like a New Orleans bounce. Like DC definitely got their own
Yeah,
sound, and
it's like it's its own vibe for real to it, you know?
yeah,
Like
for
I know a
sure.
couple DC artists that like they rap off of go-go beats. Like I got this one man, his name John Triller. Shout out my man Triller, you know what I'm saying? But like he be rapping off the go-go beats, man, and like the way he be going off them joints, like me personally, I don't feel like I'd be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, but hey, he be cranking them joints out my mother. Like them, he be making it sound good, you know. So like I just feel like, you know, if you could finesse it, finesse it.
Hey man, you never know. In the future, you might just be on that vibe. You know what I mean?
Hey,
5, 10 years.
hey, you never know, man. You never know what the future holds.
Yeah, maybe sample some shit.
Yeah, they do. They do. They be sampling the shit out of shit like that. They got this one go-go, the Drunken Love go-go. Man, put that shit on in the club, bitches start going crazy to that, boy. Like that junk
Yeah,
get the
man.
cranking. That Hello from the Other Side, the Adele, Hello from the Other Side. They got a
Yeah,
go-go to that too. That junk crank too. Like them joints fire.
yeah, man. Definitely shout out to DC, man. Shout out Go Go, all this
Shout
shit
out the
going on
whole
out there.
DMV. You already know what it is, man. 202, hold it down, man.
For sure, for sure. So again, let's go ahead and get into the music, man. So, like you said, you've been rapping for some years. You're just doing poetry and stuff like that. So, I guess like at this point in time, like, what do you feel is like when you write? What do you feel like is your inspiration these days?
Um, so I don't know. So right, not like recently. So cause I moved to a whole different state. You know, like I've been chilling. I ain't really been doing too much like super lit stuff. So to have like some super lit shit to write about. So like, you know, I just kind of try to. I go based off of like how I feel in that moment. Whenever I like, however a beat makes me feel. Like when I hear a beat, you know, I could be sitting at the crib chilling in my pajamas and I hear a beat that make me think about, you know, being lit at the club or something, you know what I'm saying, and start writing about that. Or I could be, you know what I'm saying, out chilling with the guys smoking, turning up and hear a beat that make me want to sing about some shit with some females and shit, and I start doing that, you know. So it's really just basically off like how the beat make me feel when I hear it. Like when I first hear it, like if the first like 10-15 seconds of the beat don't hit my ears right, I immediately turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like go on to the next one. And then like when I hear something that hit my ear a certain way, that's when the flows and the lyrics start kind of like accumulating in the back of my head. Then I start humming and shit to it. And then boom, you know, it's over from there.
Now talk about that though. Like, so what do you have to hear though? Like when you hear it, like is it the melody, is it the bass, or is it just like the whole thing when you
it's
hear the beat?
it's an accumulation of all of that. So like I guess it really all right. So it depends on again like my vibe at that time, you know. So I could be like, you know, damn, I'm trying to make a trap song right quick, and then I hop on YouTube, start fishing through beats, and fuck around, come around like a fire ass R&B joint, and just like hear like the way the melody come in, how the drums and everything, how the beat drop, just how the hook is structured, just how, you know, everything. Like I listen to everything as far as how the beat is made, like, you know, because I used to make beats a little bit, you know, so I feel like that allowed me to have like almost like a producer's ear, where it's like I can listen to the individual instruments and listen to the guitar that he's using and be like, you know, I like that guitar that he chose. Or I can listen to the 808 and the drum patterns that he used and be like, oh, I can appreciate how he did that right there, you know. I feel like not enough
Hmm.
Yeah.
artists like really get into that aspect of music, you know. But like, you know, like once you really look at beats and you like look at how what they doing and what they actually doing, like man, that shit is so interesting, bro. Like for real, man.
And when you start to like I hear you talk about it, just like you look up online and then you'll start to like get your processes and creative juices going and everything like that, and try to create these singles. But do you think so? Is that your goal? Is to create singles instead of like a project where it all kind of cohesive? Like some people say like projects aren't as important, and people just want to put out singles because that's what makes money.
So like, all right, so as of right now, really, I'm not really focused on the money aspect of the music. I'm really more focused on getting the type of like fan base that I need. As far as that like the singles and the albums and like the projects go, I feel like a lot more artists nowadays are doing the single thing because it's just easier. It's like it has a good success rate, you know. And you know, like even if it flops, it's like that's one song versus like a whole project flopping, you know. Like, and then it's like it's always good to try to get as much like momentum rolling with the singles leading up to a project than to just drop a couple singles that did okay and then drop a project. Because like people, if people are already not really tuning into your singles, they're not going to really tune into your project. So you don't want to put out like a whole body of work like that and then it not get appreciated in the way that you wanted to, because like that's kind of like a blow to the self-esteem, you know what I mean?
I kind of want to get a little bit deeper into like a blow to the ego for musicians, and like some artists do come up off of like making a project and then
Yeah,
it's
they
like
do.
end up being highly acclaimed. And
Yeah, they do.
do you think it's because of the artist's talent and not ability to try to like they're all over the place and they're not able to even put together like a cohesive project, and people are just trying to come up off of just one song instead of like actually having the time to bring it all together and create an actual whole album?
I don't know. I feel like it really depends on the artist, you know. Like I feel like it really depends on what the artist feels like is going on with their music, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's different, so it's like really a case by case type of thing. You can't like make like you can't put like a generality on it. Like it's just like a it's not something that you can like specify. So it's like I guess if the artist feel like, you know, he's putting out singles that shit not working, and maybe he wants to drop an EP and then he just so happens to get like a bunch of success off that EP, and then like that's just something that he felt like he needed to do. If artist drops a EP and the EP didn't do really good, so he's like, you know, fuck that, I'm about to just go do a bunch of singles, and then he gets successful like that, then that worked for him. So I guess it's just like I said, it's just like a case by case type of thing. But like as far as like the blow to the ego, like artists go through a lot as far as like trying to get their music out there and trying to get people to hear their music. Like at some point in time, I feel like every artist had at least one person who like they tried to show their music to and they just really didn't like pay attention, not because of the lack of talent or, you know, like, but just because like, you know, some people are just like that. Like, you know, like I got some people where I'd be like, yo, you want to hear this new song, and they like, you know, like not really type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing against me, they just, you know, they just don't,
They don't believe in you.
you know, like. And
Or they're just not in that mood to, to
or
listen to it?
like whatever the case may be,
Whatever.
you know.
Yeah.
But like it's just that's just how it goes. That's why I said, like, going back to what I said earlier, there's no really way to know what's gonna blow and what's gonna like not blow, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all like when you're an independent artist, it's kind of all by chance. It's all on.
Yeah, that's why it's like I feel like some of the artists, like I hear what you're saying. Um that's why artists, a lot of artists, I feel like that pop and stuff, they're just staying true to themselves and what they like and
Yeah,
what they enjoy.
yeah.
So, do you think you're just so focused on what other people want to hear instead of like what you want to hear, and that's what causes that?
I mean, maybe that could be the case for some people, you know, like maybe like you know, but at the same time, you know, like a fan base is like one of the most important things as far as being an artist. You know, like I could put out music until I'm blue in the face. You know, I would be perfectly fine with that. But that's not necessarily what I want from my music. I don't want to just put my music out and just have it out there without like nothing with it, without it doing anything. Nobody's looking at it. I want to I'm putting my music out so that other people can enjoy that experience, like enjoy, and I can share that experience with people. So like that's my whole thing. So if I drop a single and I feel like that single isn't really doing good, I'm not gonna go say, okay, well, let me go put out a whole EP and see how that do. I'm gonna
But
say,
fans are
okay,
dumb though.
yeah, they are,
So
but
it's like they don't know what they want to hear until
yeah,
like it's there and like it's
yeah.
consistently in their face
But
in
that's
that
the
way,
thing. Like,
which is weird.
if all right, so if somebody drops like a song every 2 weeks, that's consistent music. But in those 2 weeks, they have to be advertising that one song. So, like, for example, if I drop a song Monday, and in the next 2 weeks from that, I'm going to be doing stuff like a lyric video. Then I'm gonna try to get an actual video shot. I'm gonna try to do like an acoustic version, where it's like I just got like somebody playing it on a guitar and I'm just freestyling it over it. Like, you know, I'm gonna try to do things that like highlights that song for those 2 weeks while I'm working on the next song, you know? So that's how it would go. So that way, like I'm putting out a steady, constant stream of music, but it's not oversaturating the industry, you know, because I feel like that's another issue why people are not blowing up, because they're putting out music, they're putting it out, putting it out, putting it out, putting it out. But it's like, what are you doing with it? Is, you know, is it just sitting there on SoundCloud? Is it just sitting there in Apple, or are you like outside actually like, hey, go check out my song on Spotify, go check out my song on this, go like sharing it, like posting and go tag, like are you interacting with people, you know, like are you putting in the legwork behind that song to actually make it blow, you know? And so like those are some of the things that like I feel like, again, like it just kind of varies. Like if you could do that with an EP as well, you know, like you could drop an EP, little three song EP, put it out, and then like do all the lead work and things behind that, you know. But I just feel like the listeners have such a short attention span now that it's just easier to just do singles, you know, until like like I know I got them hooked, and I know that when I drop this, is they going to want it, instead of like, all right, I kind of like this artist, I'm feeling him, let me see what else he got. Like, all right, you heard everything that I have so far, this is an EP, now you can really see what I have, and now that's going to really like get them hooked and get new, you know, like it's going to build up momentum towards like something like an album, you know.
Shout out to the fans and listeners right now
Yeah, shout
that
out
are
to the
really
fans,
that
man.
are tuning in, and yeah, make sure
Definitely.
you check it out, like all the music and everything that Skeezy Black got going on. But yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like the fans, man. They're the most important part of it all. You know, like without the fans, it's like nobody would be doing anything. You know, so it's just always really important to make sure that, like, you know, once you get that good fan base that's really gonna be loyal, and they're gonna be the ones going out to the shows, and they're gonna be the ones buying the merch and in the actual CDs and not just streaming it. You know, like those are the fans that you wanna actually like take care of. You know, like, and I ain't gonna lie, like I've even been thinking about doing something like, you know, dropping a project, and then like the people who buy that project, they get like exclusive things, like, you know, like get free merch, you get a like a free in person, like a live listening session of my new music that I'm working on and things like that. Like just like trying to incorporate some incentives for people to like really tune in and get to know me more, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like if more artists did that, they would have a more authentic fan base, like people would feel like they know them a little bit more.
That's smart. Like I always hear Russ's story. Russ is very vocal about how he views music in the industry. And Russ always said like how he got on, he was releasing a song every week,
Yeah.
like for like a year or something.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like it's just like maybe it's a bit of work ethic and like having artists. I guess what you're saying is like that's not what's important. Like just continuously working if no one's listening. But I guess it's just different for whoever the artist is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different, you know what I'm saying? Because like I know people you know, who's been doing music for like way longer than me. That's like they really just now getting any type of attention as far as their things, and they've been doing music for like 6, 7, 8, 9 years. And then I know people who like I know some niggas that dropped a song like a year ago, and like they already doing shows and shit, you know. So it's like it just kind of it varies, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who people are gonna fuck with and who they're not gonna fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Like it just all kind of depends on.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to eat.
Yeah, it's like it's
Like
a bunch of
artists,
ways.
yeah, like artists. Like I feel like artists are just not like the complete package yet. Like
Nah.
everyone's just working on. Maybe they're good at shows or being out in person, but like when it comes down to the music, it's not. It's lacking. But they have that personality that they can get in the door
Yeah.
and be
Yeah.
like, hey, like I can at least put some seats or like in this place and stuff like that, just off of who they are. Not necessarily because of the music, but just like they just know like everyone around and stuff like that.
I mean, look at Bad Baby. Look at Bad Baby. She went from being a Catch Me Outside girl to being like a actual rapper with with songs with Kodak Black and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't because she was a talented rapper or that she was like super talented. It was because the label that she was with, they seen that she has this huge amount of followers, you know what I'm saying? They can market that, they can use that as a turning point to market her music, you know what I'm saying? Like they were like, you know, like you already have the fan base, you already have, you know, everything that you pretty much need. All you got to do right now is just put out some music, and then, you know, it's already there. And that's what she
Easy to
did,
go viral.
and it went viral, bro. Like that high bitch, bye bitch, like what, bro? That shit went viral, bro. Like TikTok, all that shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's not even a rapper, bro. She didn't even write the song, my nigga. Like, you know, but it's just it
Yeah,
depends.
Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B, bro. She was a stripper at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shawty was famous for being on Bad Girls Club. Turned around to be like a multi-platinum. You feel me? Like one of the best female artists to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of always depends, bro. Like
Yeah,
what's
people call her a superstar.
bro, she is a superstar. It's definitely earned. Like she's her accolades definitely says superstar. You feel me? Like, you know, like it's a lot of pioneers in the game that just, you know, they did it all in their own ways. You know what I'm saying? Like they did all, everybody came on in a different way. You know?
Yeah, I feel like that's something there, like with social media and what the connection is to hip hop music and the culture.
Yeah. It's definitely a huge connection to social media and hip hop. Like man, like a huge. Like think about it. Like
Black people decide what goes viral.
yeah, for real. Like for real. Cause like if somebody puts out a song and a bunch of like spam ass pages with a bunch of followers be like that song is trash, like a bunch of their people are gonna be like that shit is trash. You know, like it definitely influences, like social media definitely influences who's gonna be popping, who's not gonna be popping. Like it does. That's why it's important to have like a social media marketing person, like somebody who handles that type of things for you. Unless you're like a social media savvy type of person.
Now, do you feel like that shit fucked the game up? Like you feel like this shit just tarnished now that social media is a factor? Do you feel like it's kind of harder to cut through, or do you feel like you got to do these like, you know, like pander? You got to like, you know, kind of do shit for the gram or whatever.
I feel like I feel like social media has had a good and bad effect on like music and the way musicians are seen and how people blow up and things like that. Cause like back in the day, it was all like, yo, I'm on a block, like, yo, buy my tape, or like, yo, take my tape, hear this joint, listen to my demo right quick, you know what I'm saying? Go and burn CDs and trying to sell them out. Like that's how they had to do it back in the day, you know, and I could see how that will be hard, you know what I'm saying? That'd be complicated, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that. Now it's so much easier to where all you gotta do is literally turn your camera on and start recording yourself, and you can possibly go viral, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like as far as exposure to new artists is done a lot. Now as far as like certain things like,
Do a little dance.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like people be doing their little dance on TikTok, blowing up, going viral, you know what I'm saying? Like random people just doing a little two step, 4.5 million views, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like social media is so good for exposure, you know, but I feel like it's bad for other things like all of the beefing and stuff that be going on and stuff. Back in the day, it was publicized, but it wasn't like right there every day on social media every day. You feel me? Like, yeah, people was talking about it and shit in the streets and shit, but like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like if NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk beefing, the whole fucking world know. Now all of a sudden you got a bunch of fucking 13-year-old white kids in the suburbs talking about some fuck OTF and just like fucking dumb shit, man. Just dumb shit, just a bunch of dumb shit, you know. So in
Yeah,
that
that
regards, it's
beef
bad.
that beef is fake.
I know, man,
Like
but
it's not real beef. Like I don't think that's what real beef is.
I
Like
don't know,
letting
man.
social media and once white kids start saying stuff like that, like or whoever's like under the comments, I feel like then the beef not real.
Bro, that shit, it'd be so fucking crazy, bro. Like, I'm talking about people, you got grown ass men out here talking about some 4K trade. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Aren't you like 35, my nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro,
Yeah.
like it's getting kind of scary out here, bro. Like niggas are being weird, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where even the artists are saying that shit. Like, my nigga, like, you screaming out, like Lil Durk said, I heard you screaming Von, but I never see you around. If you really, you know what I'm saying, down, like, go buy a gun, go buy a car, go do some shit. Don't just be screaming this nigga name and you don't even know him. And I feel like that's what it is for, like, a lot of people's fans, bro. Like, these motherfuckers be fake banging their favorite artists and shit. And I just feel like, bro, that's weird as fuck. Like, that's some weird ass fan mentality for real.
What is with the spread in the dollars thing?
Bro, that's the drip, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the drip, like
Yeah.
that's the money drip. Like, everybody be doing that shit cause like that's the drip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they get they shit, that's what they feel like they do. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too much of a flashy type of dude. So you ain't gonna see me spreading no money, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's how you get lined up.
you know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Like, people be watching you and shit, like, oh yeah, that nigga got the bag and shit. Like, nah, you feel me? Like, I'm the type of nigga that have money and still be looking broke. You feel me? Like, fuck that.
That's a good mindset to have for sure. So we kind of just talked about like NBA YoungBoy and just a bunch of different artists, Lil Durk. So talk about like who you fucking with right now. Like if you even listen to other rappers, because I know sometimes rappers don't like to be influenced by like what they listen to. But like who are some of your favorites right now that you really fucking with?
Shit. Well, straight off the top of my head, I've been listening to Lil Durk. I've been listening to NBA YoungBoy, Kanye, fucking Coach Ice, Lil Uzi. Did I already say Rod Wave?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Rod Wave, bro. That's bro, Rod Wave. I fucks with Rod Wave, bro. That nigga's a vibe. Brent
Yeah.
Fayez, he's a vibe. Willow Smith is a vibe. Jaden Smith, they all vibes. You feel me? Like Erica Badu. Like, I listen to a bunch of shit for real. Like, like I listen to a bunch of different type of music. Um, like I've been listening to Nirvana for real. Like, trying to get into some of that rock and roll vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just seeing what's out here. I was listening to some Elvis the other day. I know y'all know that John by what's his name, Bill Withers, that Ain't No Sunshine.
Oh yeah,
Boy,
that's a good
that's
one.
my shit. I wake up every morning sing that shit, bro. That's my shit. Luther Vandross, like, what,
Bill was
man?
going through it.
Man, what? Boy, he said, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I said, oh, I said, I better leave the young thing alone. I said, you
Yeah.
fucked up by that little pussy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, that's dope, man. That's dope to hear, man. Yeah, I think, like I said, like you can get influenced by the shit you listen to, but sometimes you just gotta listen just to see what other people got going on, like currently and in the past.
I definitely do get influenced by some artists, but I feel like only to a certain extent. Like, I'm not gonna listen to a Rod Wave song and be like, you know what, I'm about to go make a Rod Wave type song. You know what I'm saying? But I do get influenced as far as like the experiences that they talking about. Like, that's why I fuck with Rod Wave so much, because the things that he rap and sing about is like, it's not just like a song. Like, that shit be touching my soul. I be like, kill, bro. Like, I really understand how he feel. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, that shit influences me to, like, you know what I'm saying, make music like that too. Like, make music that like people can really feel. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just like a little club bopper, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want, like, if you ever sit down and listen to that club bopper, you gonna hear the lyrics and that shit is gonna be like, oh yeah, he's saying some shit, like, at least.
Yeah, it's good vibrations.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's definitely a cool ass artist, bro. I fuck with him.
Now talk about what sets you apart from the rest. Like why when people listen to you, why do you feel like they should look at you differently than than the next guy?
So honestly, the only thing that pretty much sets me apart from everybody else, man, is just my personality. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, cause my music is fire. You know, cause I know it's people out here that make way better music than me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there's way more talented lyricists out here. Not to say that I'm not one myself. I'm a pretty good writer. I think so myself, but. You know, at the same
Hmm.
time, my personality and my character is unmatched. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody out here got my same type of vibe. Nobody out here got my same type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like when it comes to how I present myself and then how I present my music, I feel like that's what really sets me apart. And then like something I noticed honestly, people when I meet people for the first time and I tell them I do music, I feel like they always in the back of their head kind of expect it to be bad. Cause like when I play my music for them, they be like, yo, that's actually you. And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, that's actually good. Like I actually fuck with that. I thought it was gonna be ass. And I'd be like, well, damn, like just fuck me in my dreams, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't know, man. It's just, people are funny.
Yeah, that's just kind of what Rod was saying earlier. The fans be stupid, like they kind of be
Yeah, bro.
expecting some trash.
Like just expecting you know me from a can of paint. I thought it was gonna be ass. Why though? Like what was it the way I was dressed? Like what the fuck? You know?
Yeah, man. And when I heard it, because I think Rod had sent me that on the moon. Like I heard that like not too long ago. Like when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, he definitely talented. Like the beat selection was good. He was rapping on there, good flows, good lyrics and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Um, Talk about like the recording process and stuff that when you get into the studio, like what does that look like?
Um all right, so like it just kind of all right, so the song where I recorded on the moon at I was recording at my man's house, like at my man's Kel. Shout out my man's Kel's Marky Saint, you feel me? I was at my man's Kel's house and shit, and like me, Kels, Juice, and my man Jakey had just got done doing another little track that we got called Get High. And so like that joint was a vibe for real. So like once I started going back to beats, you know what I'm saying? I was fucking with the same beat maker because I was like, yo, like that last beat was fire as shit. Let me go see what else you got. And I came
Hmm.
across that beat, man. And it was just soon as it came on, that shit hit my ears, bro. It just I don't know what the fuck it was about that shit, bro. It just tickled my eardrums in such a nice way, bro. And like, bro, like I heard that shit and like immediately I just on the moon. You feel me? Like it was just that vibe
Yeah.
for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just gave me that vibe. And so like, when I actually went through and started recording it, like that, like cause I came up with the hook before I even came up with the verses and things like that. And so I recorded the hook, I laid the hook down, and then I just listened to it while my man Kels was working on it. He was like putting all the little like effects and EQs and all of that. I'm sitting back listening to it and I'm like, yo, this song is so fucking fire. Like just the vibe of the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe of the beat. Like I didn't have to create a vibe. Like the beat already created a vibe for itself. I just had to match the energy of the beat. You know what I mean? So it was just like, bro, it just connected. But like yeah, like as far as like my process, man, it's just like it could be people in the studio, it could be just me, bro. Like I don't got stage fright or nothing like that. Like I could record in a room full of people, I could record by myself, I can record myself. Like I know how to work that shit and stuff like that. But I don't really like doing it like that because like it takes away my focus from the actual artistry of the music. Like so like I like to just kind of focus more so on recording. But like, yeah, man, like I like to just go in the studio, close my eyes, man. I like to record in a dark room. You feel me? Like quiet, mellow, chill, have my little J. You know what I'm saying? Might have a little bit to sip and shit. I don't like getting sloppy drunk and shit. Like when I'm recording though, it make you slow your words. But yeah, man, I just go in there and I zone out, bro.
Okay, that's dope. Now you said something about the J. You fuck with papers or
Oh
blunt?
yeah, nah, I smoke sheets and funny. You already know I'm from DC, man. You already know. Yeah, I smoke straight sheets and funny. Hell yeah.
Okay. Wait, what does that mean? I ain't never heard that before.
Sheets and funnel?
What's that's like a leaf or something?
Nah, so sheets are papers, like rolling papers. Like we smoke bamboos out DC and shit. Like under the DMV, we smoke bamboos. Like you could smoke classics, but I fuck with hemps because classics is more like printer paper. Hemps is more like like they hips, you know what I'm saying? Like they a little bit thinner, like more burn more slower and shit. But and then we smoked this shit called OG Funnel. It's called Original Funnel, coming a black and brown bag, man. Shout out OG Funnel. That shit touch, you hear me? You burn the leaf up, you burn a little tobacco leaf. It's like a little tobacco leaf. You rip off a little strip, burn it up, crunch it down. You break your weed down, put it in the sheet. Then you sprinkle a little bit of tobacco on the top. Roll that shit up. That should be busting. That should be starking my mother. I'm telling you. I don't smoke nothing else besides a backwood. That's the only other thing I smoke besides sheets and funnel for real.
Hey man, if y'all listening, Skeezy Black need a sponsorship right now. Go ahead and send them a 50 bucks of them things.
Man, what bamboos, man? Fuck with your boy. You hear me? And OG Funnel. You hear me? Oh God.
So what can we expect from you next? Like, you know, you got like a project coming soon? You trying to do like hella videos, merch? Like what's going on with you next in 2022 or 2023?
Sure. Well, 2022, 2023, man, is gonna be like a real big branding year for me. Like those gonna be my branding years. Like I'm really trying to just, finalize my brand, really get a clear, concrete vision of what it is that I want Skeezy Black to be as an entity, you know what I'm saying? And like go like move on that shit. Like once I really sit down and get my branding straight, that's when I can start executing. I got new music like already recorded and ready and shit, you know what I'm saying, that I'm just holding on to right now. I got some shit on Apple Tunes and Spotify that's already out that I just kind of need to put a little bit more attention to, you feel me, before I start thinking about releasing some other shit. But like I said, like, just branding, bro, just, getting my identity out there, getting my social media presence up, just, interacting with people, doing a lot more of these podcasts and stuff like that. Like, thank y'all for having me on here. Shout out to y'all, this is my first podcast and stuff like that. But just doing more things like that. Like, I know.
What exactly does that mean? Does that mean more live shows, or are you going live on social media? What does that mean?
All of that, bro. All of that, honestly, all of that. Cause I was just gonna say last year, 2021, you feel me? I feel like that was my best year as far as trying to put myself out there. Cause I did like 3 shows last year. You feel me? I had like a good amount of people with me. I posted shit all over social media. You feel me? Like I posted a bunch of little sneak peek videos, and I feel like the way I was doing it, it was good. I feel like I took a step back. So like again, cause I moved to a different state. I just feel like I needed it to rebrand and stuff. But I took a step back. But like, man, at the time, bro, shit was rolling so nice. I'm like, I was posting these videos. I'm just getting like 500 views, 600 views, and then I'm doing the shows. And I'm getting like 1,000 views on people pages. Like, so it's like, like it was going good. So I know at least the blueprint of how I want to do it. It's just like I said, once I get my branding, like I get my vision together on how I want to move as far as the next year or so go, then that's when I'm gonna start executing.
All right, so leaning into the next thing is, do you like the studio more, or do you like performing in front of a crowd?
I ain't gonna lie, it's different. Those two completely different energies, two completely different vibes. You feel me? Like when I go to the studio, man, I go to the studio and just like some joggers, just going there, bro, and just like I'm working, bro. I'm focused, nigga. Like I said, I don't even really like too much drinking while I'm in the studio. I like to be clear, like clear-minded, clear focused, like making sure everything is coming out perfect, like how I want it to. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, when I go to shows, bro, man, I'm turning up, bro. I'm outside with the bitches. I got my men's with me. We all lit. We outside. We got the douche. We got the bottles. Got the scraps. Like we outside. You feel me? Like that's the show energy. You know what I'm saying? Like show energy is like, yeah, nigga, like, it's time to go kill this shit. You feel me? Like it's time to go. Like everything that we've been doing so far up to this show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I'm saying? We need this to keep going this shit. You feel me? So like that be the energy with the shows and shit. So that's why I'm definitely trying, do more of that. And plus I'm down south now. Music be popping out here. So I know I can find some type of showcases, some type of open mic, something. You know what I'm saying? Something somewhere. But I just got out here, so like, I'm still looking and shit.
Let's see. Do you got any merch coming? Like what else you got?
Shit, I got right now, like I said, right now I got this little sneaky thing I'm working on. I ain't gonna really speak too much on it, but it is like a little merch slash like like it's going back into one of those things where I was saying like I was gonna drop like a little something and then have like incentives for the fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm working on right now. Like that's in the works. So I ain't gonna really say too much on it because I want to keep that a little
Hmm.
bit of secret. But yeah, man, like I got some exclusive stuff coming out for the fans, bro. Like the diehard fans that really support me, bro. I want to support them too, bro. Like, you know, I've been looking at these NFTs right now. I've been looking at these NFTs, even though he think it's stupid. Man, I just been you know, trying to see like different ways to connect with the, you know, my fan base, and, you know, different ways that I can interact with the fans, and like, you know, like just make sure that when I do start doing everything that is genuine and, you know, like authentic, you know.
Yeah, I do rock with the NFTs and that whole idea there.
Yeah.
Like with Snoop Dogg and how much money he's making
Yeah,
off of
man.
that, like
Yeah,
it's
man.
ridiculous.
I like I feel like the NFTs, bro. That's a unique experience for the artist and the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because now it gives it's like now it gives the fans a chance to actually invest and make money off of their favorite artists and stuff. Like look at Tory Lanez, man. This dude made like his fans like $1 million off of his NFTs that he dropped. And like, you feel me, what, as a fan, what more could you possibly want from your favorite artist than to make money off of them too? You feel me? Like you always see these niggas with all this money and shit, you always be like, damn, I just wish. And like now you finally able to have a piece of that shit. Like now we can all make money together. And I feel like that's going to bring the artist and the fans closer at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like y'all not just fans, but like now if you buy my NFT, you now earn royalties off of the next project that I'm putting out. Or if you buy my NFT, you now are get a percentage of all the merchandise that I do for this tour. You know what I'm saying? Like it just opens up so many doors and opportunities. You know what I'm saying, for new marketing, new different strategies to use. You know, so that's why I said I'm trying to figure out all of it, like get it all together, roll it up, try to use that shit. You know.
This new generation of artists is definitely on that move.
Yeah, like they are, bro. That's why I'm like, I need to tune in, bro. I need to see what's good, cause like, bro, like NFTs, bro. You like y'all heard of Gary V?
Yes, sir.
Man, Gary V, bro. That's my man's, bro. That nigga crazy, bro. But he crazy in a good way, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch his videos a lot, bro, and like that nigga, man, he fuck with them shit. So, like, he's really the person that made me like really start researching that shit, man. Cause like when you hear him talk about them shits, bro, he make you think like, bro, that's about to be the next big thing, bro. Like the internet, nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, he make that shit sound like, nigga, what? So I'm definitely trying to stay in tune with all of
Web
that shit.
3.0 for
Yeah, it
sure.
is Web 3.0, you know, decentralized, you know, funding and banks and websites and all that shit. Like, I fuck with that shit. Like, I'm starting to,
Like, you could put a verse up there. You could put a music
you know what I'm
video, and then
saying?
motherfuckers that had that shit.
Like, I could put like a one of a kind verse that nobody would ever heard that I never released or anything. Like, somebody buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Like, you never know, you know. But like, I feel like with that, that's something I do maybe after I get like a good fan base where it's like, this is a song that I never released since blowing up, that like I'm willing to sell as an NFT, and that shit gonna be minted. Like, that is one of one. You feel me? Like, then I feel like that's what's gonna make the price be good on that shit. Cause I like, who the fuck about to buy my shit right now? They're gonna be like, nigga, I don't want that verse. Like, fuck you. You feel me? I gotta get it together. Like, I gotta make sure when I pop out here, it's together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the timing got to be right for sure.
Yeah, most def. Like, most def. Nobody know me right now. They not about to go spend no bread on that shit. Like, that's why I said my project gonna have incentives for the fans. Like, that is going, it's going to make them want to reach out because I'm reaching out to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be straight authentic, bro. Like, one-on-one, in-person type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just stay tuned in on that. Like, keep a lookout, because that shit definitely coming soon.
Yeah, Wu-Tang was definitely on that with the album they released that was an NFT, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, that
Yeah,
album.
yeah, most def.
That only one person can listen to, and I think it's like 88 years until like it can be released and someone can
Damn,
put it out if they want to.
damn.
So
That's fire, bro. Like, that's so fire. Like, that shit sounds like a time capsule almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That shit is for later on in history. 80 years, bro. Like, what, nigga? That's for later on in history, bro. Like, that shit is gonna be like a fucking, like Hall of Fame of music like treasure. Like what, man? That's gonna be so
And
legendary.
somebody paid $4 million for it.
I bet it's fucking Wu-Tang. Like what, man? I would like, and so that's what I'm saying. Like some people don't understand why people are paying like so much money for like the NFTs and shit. But it's like, I guess it's like all on what connects to you, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, like that's a good buy, bro. Like that's an important piece of history. Like what? Wu-Tang, man, what, bro? That's an important piece of history, like music history, black history, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Nipsey who like put a price that was higher on art?
Yes, yo, I'm so glad that you brought that up, man. That's RP to Nipsey Hussle, man. I hope he rests in peace, man. Yo, bro, dude was so fucking smart, bro. That shit don't make no sense how smart bro was. You feel me? Like, yo, this nigga put out a project for like $100 per unit. You feel me? And fucking like, bro, everybody looked at him like, you crazy, bro. Jay-Z bought all of that shit, bro. Like this nigga, like what, bro? He came up, bro, like the smart way. Like, yo, so fucking
Yeah.
smart, bro. So smart, bro. We lost a great one when we lost him, bro. Like, for real, man. RIP, bro.
For sure. And then how the game is right now, especially if you sign, like, is, a lot of other people getting your money. So it's like you got to know your worth and then kind of set your own price for real.
Hell yeah. Rick Ross said, he got a lawyer to watch his lawyer, you know what I'm saying? That's just how you gotta be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The industry, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want a little piece of the pie, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want a little piece of what you got going on. So that's why when I blow up, I want to try to keep everything like in my family, you know what I'm saying? Like hire people that I feel like is my family. I could trust them, and they actually gonna do the work and shit. Cause like I ain't gonna go hire my mans from down the street. This nigga ain't got no type of experience. All he knows is smoking weed and shit. I ain't, nah, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like my family, like people who actually take that shit serious and like, like I trust them more than trusting somebody random. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Now I guess let's close it out with this then. So how you feel about independent versus being signed? Like, do you feel like that's one of your goals at all? Just to like, oh, let me go get this deal.
It's crazy that you asked me that, because I always like have a debate with my man Jakey about that, because he feels that he wants to do the independent thing. Me personally, I don't care either way. Personally, I feel like you can be independent and still do deals with people, you know what I'm saying, as an independent entity. You feel me? Like I don't feel like you have to necessarily sign away to somebody in order to work with something. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna work with a publication company or somebody who's gonna help you with that type of or distribution company, then you can go work with them. You don't have to work for them. They don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to sign under that distribution company. You could say, okay, listen, I'm willing to sign as partners on a joint venture. You feel me? Like not something where it's like you running the show. It's like, no, nigga, we are both equal, you partners in this agreement, you know what I'm saying? And then that way moving forward is like you can go do other things, or you could choose to renew that contract, or you could choose to go fuck with somebody else. You're not tied down, but at the same time, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of money, and a lot of time and hard work and sweat to break an artist into like break songs and put songs out. Like these labels are spending millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars on these artists. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something I feel like a lot of people don't understand as far as independent artists go. We don't have access to no type of millions of dollars unless you just come from money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of this shit that we have to pay for out of pocket. So it's like, unless you fucking out here trapping or you got a job, it's like, how are you gonna pay all of that money? So it's like, I feel like labels can be good as long as you're being smart on the business end. You reading what's in your contract. You're not signing no dumbass 360 deals. You know what I'm saying? Like you making sure that you keeping some of your rights, like the important rights. Like I would never sign over my masters. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Hell
just
no.
certain shit that you should just already know going into business, and that I feel like a lot of these up and coming artists don't know about. They just see that $1 million sitting on the table and they be like, oh yeah, fuck it, I need that. That's about to get us out the hood. But they don't be reading the contracts. They don't be knowing, like, nigga, that million is borrowed, like, and that shit is hella interest on it. You feel me?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like you gotta pay that shit back. You gotta recoup that.
You gotta pay that shit back. And like, like if your shit flop, if you a up and coming artist and you don't got that much clout, and you got these niggas gashing your head up telling you that you that nigga, and you put your shit out and it don't do that good, like you still owe that million. Like you still owe that money. Like that's why a lot of these rappers be, oh, I hate my label, I hate my deal. You know what I'm saying? Cause like they be getting fucked on the back end. Like They money be getting touched. They shit numbers don't be adding up right. Motherfuckers not trying to let them release songs and albums and shit. I would never want to have to go through that shit. Like, I got a fire ass song. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go drop this. They tell me some, nah, you gotta wait 2 years to drop. I'm like, what, bro? Fuck that.
Hell no.
Hell no. You feel me? Like, that shit sounds fugazi as fuck. Like, people like Lil Uzi, Lil NBA Youngboy. That nigga deleted all of his music off of YouTube at that one point. You remember when he did that?
Yeah, a couple months ago, I
Yeah, he
think.
deleted all of his music off his YouTube, man. He deleted all of his shit. He be leaking some of his shit just off the simple fact that the labels don't be trying to let him put that shit out, man. It'd be like, this shit is crazy. Like, that's like slave work.
I mean, he was trying to hide his music though, because
Oh,
like the label, like making millions of dollars per month off of
off
his
his
YouTube, and he
YouTube.
wasn't seeing none of it. That's why he was mad.
It's still the same thing. Labels trying to, you feel me, fuck over his money, fuck him over on the back end and shit. You feel me? Like, still, it's
They got way more than what they put into him. Now I feel like that's what he's really upset about.
hell yeah. I mean, but shit, like, he should have paid attention to his contract when he first signed. You know what I'm saying? He was a young dude when he first
Yeah.
signed. You know, like, that's not really his fault, but
He didn't know he was gonna be what he is. Like I don't believe that he thought that, but maybe in your dreams, like you ideally you believe that.
yeah.
But you don't know for certain when you're like down bad and you're trying to build yourself up and be like, oh yeah, I'll give you some albums. Like you'll give me some millions of dollars, couple $1,000,000. Yeah, I'll give you those albums.
Shit, I mean, depending on what type of contract he signed, like if he signed like a short term contract, at some point in time he should have been able to renew his contract and go fuck with somebody else different. So if he signed,
When you think of like the album that's like a contract that's like 5 or 6 albums, like that's not a little bit.
it's
Like
it's not
that's like 5 years, like and you don't know if the label's even gonna put out the
exactly
album, like or put the
exactly
same amount of effort, or they could just a lot of artists I hear they just get shelved.
yeah
So if they put out their first album and like they seen the buzz and everything like that, then with the second album, you got that sophomore slop or whatever, and then they don't have the same amount of numbers, and then they're like begging just to like get more music out, and then it just be years that pass by.
hell yeah.
But this is a way I feel like I've been hearing this concept recently. So like, what if NBA YoungBoy was like, okay, I'm about to go as Lil Top now. I feel like, and if he was like, okay, I'm about to be Lil Top, then he could probably release music under that and get his money that way.
Yeah, he will be able to do that.
Yeah, it might be a way around that. I
That
don't know.
because that's a whole separate entity from NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause him as Control, and him as NBA YoungBoy are two separate entities. You feel me? Like, so if you go as Little Top, that's a whole third entity. You know what I'm saying? They have no rights to that name or likeness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, depending on how he might have put that shit on the contract, like, cause sometimes they'd be like, all right, we want to get everything from NBA YoungBoy, everything from YoungBoy Never Broke Again, from Lil Top, from Kentrell. So it's like it's all in the contract.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
For real.
That'd be fucked up. That'd be fucked up. It'd be like, nigga, any name you come up with, that's mine.
Yeah.
That'd be fucked up.
I mean, shit, I wouldn't put it past them though, cause them motherfuckers slimy.
Man, yeah, they is, bro. You seen how you remember they was talking about all that shit with Blueface contract?
I didn't hear about that one.
Man, that nigga went on the Breakfast Club and he was like, I think it was DJ Envy. He was like, you don't even know the nigga who run your label? That nigga was like, nah. I was like, oh shit. How you feel
That's
me? He was like,
crazy.
bro, your shit sound like a 360. And Blueface was just like, man, I don't know about none of that
That's
shit.
crazy. See, that's the thing, motherfuckers. They need to have these lawyers watching lawyers.
That's what I'm
man,
saying. You
for
gotta
real.
have lawyers watching lawyers, bro. You might even need another lawyer to watch them two motherfuckers. You feel me? Like, bro, I'm talking.
But I don't know. I be feeling like a lot of artists, like everyone's not gonna be the top in the game and everything like that.
Most def.
And these artists are grabbing these deals up. And then you're right, they do have to pay it back.
Yeah.
And then when taxes come around, they looking real salty because what they do at their events?
They spent that
They
shit.
went out to the mall.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah, they bought their mans a car. They bought them a car. They bought their mama a house. Like they did all this with that money, and then it just goes away so quick
Yeah.
that they need to recoup first. Go ahead and pay your taxes off top, and then like go ahead and like spend that money. That's like they're not like using the money properly. Like they're trying to flex too much instead of using it to what's productive towards their career in the long run.
Yeah,
And then they're over there begging for like studio time and everything, and be like, "Where's the producers and the features?"
yeah,
It's like all that costs money. What you just do with your bread?
exactly.
You wearing it around your neck.
That is facts. That is facts. But I feel like, you feel me, the music industry got a lot to contribute to that, because everybody that be in the music industry feel like they gotta get a chain or a buzz down to be that nigga, you feel me? Like, but you see J. Cole, that nigga be walking around looking like a bum. You feel me? And he rich as fuck. So it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what the
Yeah.
fuck this nigga Kanye be wearing. He walk around in fucking rubber ducky boots all day. You feel me? Like,
Well, at least he created
like,
it.
you know, but yeah,
That's
like
the
that's the
difference.
difference with Kanye. He got his shit. Like, but Kanye a billionaire.
Let's go ahead and close it out, man. So I think that the moral of the story is the artist has the product, and sometimes these, labels might have the infrastructure, but you just got to make sure you got to leverage your product in order to get the best deal, basically.
Yeah, most definitely. That's exactly what Nipsey Hussle said. You know, you can't go to these labels with nothing, expecting everything. You know, you gotta do some of the legwork yourself, and then go once you got, something to leverage. You know, you can be like, look, nigga, I don't need y'all right now for real. Like, I'm doing good on myself. That's basically the same thing Young Dolph did. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace. That's another king, man.
Flipper.
Rest in peace, Dolph. You feel me? Like, he was independent for a while. I think before he signed the Empire, and then like he had the city on lock, bro. They offered him 20 mil straight out the gate. You feel me? And I think he turned that shit down.
He said 40.
I think he turned that shit down.
It's Dolph.
You feel me?
Yeah, I mean his whole label is worth that much.
Like, I think he turned that shit down. You feel me? And then like he ran up his bag. Now that nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, one of the best rappers, one of the greatest rappers to come out of Memphis, hands down.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's dope. Like, RP my mans, bro. It's so crazy, bro. That's it, man. It makes you so sick, bro. All these talented people just getting taken off the earth, man. Like, like I know it's murders and shit and all like that shit everywhere. Like, I ain't saying they special because they famous. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
though, like,
Matt was just talking about an artist that passed recently from the Maryland or DMV area.
Oh yeah,
right?
Gunu, RP Gunu,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, man. But like, that's the environment, bro. Like, and a lot of these rappers, bro, they stay in the hood, bro. Like, they don't know how to fall back from that shit. They think if they, go get a job and go be a normal nigga, that they gonna be hoes or bitch ass niggas or something like that, man. Like it's the mentality, bro. That's really what it is, bro. It's the mentality. Like, we stuck in the mindset, and that shit is not healthy.
But you know what's crazy is, like, we keep seeing this story and the people still don't learn from Dolph, from Nipsey. Like, people still ain't
They
learn.
don't.
I don't get it.
The thing is, what this is a little different with Dolph. It seemed like Dolph was more of a plan. They had automatic weapons. They caught him going to his normal cookie shop that he always go to.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, it was a plan. Like, he was assassinated.
it was a plan, but he was still out there, which I don't blame him for still being from where he from. But, like,
But
dog,
that's what I'm saying.
Just doing regular things like everybody else, though.
But
It's
that
like,
was even the same thing with Nipsey Hussle. Like, he got killed in the hood. Like, he was at his store. You feel me? Like,
yeah, it was by a dude that walked up to him and they got into a little back and forth. He came back and shot at Nipsey Hussle. That's what the story I heard.
yeah, I don't know. It was a nigga named Eric Holder. Them niggas basically
Yeah.
the issue was Nipsey Hussle called that nigga as a snitch because Eric Holder went in jail, snitched on somebody. So he came out of jail. Nipsey Hussle called him on that shit, came back and shot him. And then after he did that, niggas killed this whole family, bro. Like,
Damn.
they killed that man whole family. Like, Eric Holder's family, bro. I'm talking about granny, mom, sister, cousins. Like, I'm talking about down to the babies, bro. Like, they did them dirty.
That's
Yeah, I
sick.
heard that the thing with Young Dolph, like after they had to shut down the city.
Oh
give a
yeah,
curfew.
yeah, most definitely. Some people die behind that. Most def. Like, there's certain people, bro, you can't even play on their names. Like that one nigga that died in Cali for disrespecting Nipsey Hussle mural. Boy, they got that nigga out of there, bro. You feel me? Like, RP him, RP everybody we speaking on. I don't like the disrespect it there, but, like,
Yeah,
they got him out of there.
everybody trying to do something for clout,
Like,
and that's what happened.
And then it's like, even the gang culture, like, bro, like, that shit that shit crazy too, cause like even the game, bro, like the game has spoke up about this shit in favor of Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? He was basically like, like that shit was wrong. He shouldn't have did that shit in the first place. I ain't gonna say that's what he get, but you can't do shit like that to people murals and expect not to get, what I'm saying, touched. The game got
Anybody mural. It's not just a rapper.
yeah,
Like
nah, just
anyone's
anybody,
mural.
bro.
Like you
Like if
shouldn't.
if you in the gang, like especially, but I'm saying like especially in the gang culture, like Nipsey Hussle was a rapper, but that nigga was a rolling 60 Crip big homie. Like that nigga was locked in the streets in Cali. So like when the nigga who did the little nigga that did it, again, RP, I'm not trying to disrespect. I don't know his name though. The nigga that did it, like he was a blood. You feel me? So like it automatically was taken as disrespect because nigga, you a blood and that's a Crip big homie that's dead and you Xing out his mural. So it was already taken as some gang shit. It was never looked at as like a publicity stunt type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh yeah, this nigga is set tripping type shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so niggas touched him. Like the Crips got up with him. The Rolling 60 touched his ass. You feel me? So now the issue was that
Well, let's leave the street shit to the street shit.
yeah, like but that's
Um,
all of that. Yeah, but like they like all of that, man, like all of that type of stuff, like, it's unfortunate because it's a lot of death that surrounds hip hop, and I feel like that's why a lot of people think that the music is the reason, but it's not the reason. It's all these other little factors as far as like the gang violence and just like the environment and just like all types of things. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not just the music. Like I ain't gonna say the music has no part in it, like I ain't gonna say like, yeah, it's not healthy for niggas to be talking about shooting people in the face and shit like that's not healthy, but at the same time you can't,
or smoking on a
you know what I'm
man's.
saying, but like you can't limit how somebody chooses to express how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if it offends you, like, maybe you shouldn't be listening to it then. Like, maybe it's just not for you. That's not some shit you should be listening to. you know like everybody got a choice on what the fuck they want to see and hear in the world. If I don't want to hear no type of rap music, I would just delete all rap music off my playlist. I would just listen to Mariah Carey and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if that's what it was, like if I really didn't want to hear that shit, I would just not listen to it. And if I was around somebody listening to it, I would just have to deal with that shit. Like, I'm not about to,
And the people that be trying to talk shit about that, like they act like they actually care about what's going on in these
and they
neighborhoods.
don't,
Like if
bro.
y'all
They
care,
don't.
you would goddamn go do
They
something.
don't give a fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a
They
lot
don't.
of these same rappers that they talking about, they trying to cancel and shit. A lot of these same rappers, you feel me? They be doing shit for their neighborhoods and shit too. You feel me? Like having little
Mm-hmm.
fucking like Kodak Black, bro. That nigga stay giving to his community. You feel me? Like that nigga
Hell
stay
yeah.
doing shit for Florida and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's multiple rappers out here that yeah, they rap about the streets and they rap about shit like that, but they also do for their community too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like not enough of that get looked at too. And I feel like not enough rappers is doing shit like that too. You know as well. Like I want to, like that's some shit I want to do, But I was born and raised in Detroit, and I moved to DC. But like I spent half of my life in each place, so I can't really say I'm from Detroit and not DC, and I can't say I'm not from DC and from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like me,
Maybe that gotta be part two.
yeah, most
Then
definitely.
we'll get more into
Yeah,
that discussion.
because I was gonna say like I just put on for both cities. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, it's politics to it, I
it is,
believe.
bro. It is like like whenever you go to a new state, bro, it's networking, bro. Networking, bro. Like networking.
Mm-hmm. That's important. But listen, man, we definitely appreciate Skeezy Black for coming on today and kind of letting us know who he is. So we're gonna post his links and stuff in the bottom of the description. So definitely make sure y'all go listen to man.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
run his shit up for sure. For sure, like his shit, share it. If you like it, go ahead and share it with somebody else, man. So we're gonna get Skeezy Black out of here right quick, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode.
All right, man.
Yeah, the Friends Podcast. We on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Check us out. We're everywhere. So what song do you want to highlight? Normally, we always do that on the outro.
Let's go ahead.
Or if you want to name off a song or two, it's up to you.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna just highlight what we gonna do. Like that song about to be dropping real soon. Like and then just working. You know what I'm saying? Working because niggas always working. Everybody working. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
They better be.
always,
Bet.
always. Thank y'all for having me on the podcast. Shout out to Friends Podcast. You already know what it is. Skeezy Black again, boy. You already know.
And we out.
Peace.
Black, what you doing? Working. Still missing, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worthy, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling with it. They been moving silly. I think he popped the pilly. Black, what you doing? Working. Still missing, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worthy, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling with it. They been moving silly, and I'm not fucking with it. Swerving, bitch, you make me nervous. I don't fuck with perks. I been steady working, I been chillin', coolin' with my niggas. They treat me like a villain, and I don't leave no witness. Ooh, I'm saucin', haters say come off me. No speaking when I'm talking. I gotta wear the fountain. I been drippin', ooh, I'm spinning, yeah, I'm winning. It's money over women. Black, what you doing? Working. Still been sinning, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worth, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling with it. They been moving silly. I think he popped the pilly. Black, what you doing? Working. Still been sinning, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worth, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling, hit it. They been moving silly, and I'm not fucking with it. I fuck up the comment on futures. I fuck on your bitch, come and suit ya. I slide, you know how I'm shooting. Better duck, yeah, you know how I'm moving. I slide with the gang, he gon' do ya. I turn to the stone, I'm Medusa. I'm the king of this shit, I'm a Fusa. And I'm sitting on niggas, I'm boofing. Hop in the booth and I'm spitting shit. If you playin' my catch and I'm hitting shit, I'ma hit from the back, I'm splitting shit. Do the dash for the bag, had to get the shit. I was back in the trap, I was flipping shit. He tellin' my stats, he don't get it. I was back in the field, I was pitched. And I'm taking no L's, yeah, I'm winning. Black, what you doing? Working. Still been sinning, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worth, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling with it. They been moving silly. I think he popped the pilly. Black, what you doing? Work. Still been sinning, I ain't perfect. God done told me that I'm worth, so you know a nigga working. I been getting it, drilling with it. They been moving silly, and I'm not fucking with it.